y'all, it's Vicki and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if this is your 100th time here, then welcome back. So today I wanted to do the tag that was started by a little poet, Susan. And I know probably all of you know who Susan is. If you don't, of course, I'll link her channel below. Now, of course, you're hearing the heat come on and off. Sorry, but this is the only time I got to film, as if you follow me on Instagram, you kind of know I'm busy. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and you'll know more. Okay. As I said, this tag was started by a little poet. It's the New Year's tag. I did it one other time a few years ago. I don't remember which year, but it's on my videos. And so I thought that I would do it this year. I would have done it last week, but you know, I didn't get to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, and like I said, I'll link Susan below, and I'll link a few other channels that I know have done the tag. Okay, rate 2022. If I'm gonna be truthful, 2022 was a pretty good year for me. I can't say that, you know, I know there was probably a few bad things that happened, but they're not something that really played on my mind because I'm not dwelling on it right now. But I have to say, the reason I rated 2022 so high was the reopening or revival of North Wilkesboro Speedway. Now, if you know me and have known me for a long time, you know that I'm a big NASCAR fan. I'm a race car fan. I'm a car fan. And anytime there's racing cars involved, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm all in. And this track, of course, is my home track, and of course, it had been pretty much put out to pasture, left to decay, whatever you want to call it. And a group of citizens, along with Dale Earnhardt Jr., got into Marcus Smith's head, who is the CEO of Speedway Motorsports, and they decided to try to revive it. Now, they didn't know what would happen. It was just a month thing, and then they would go from there. To say it was a success is an understatement. And you know, there's all kinds of videos out there on how exciting it was. You know, I would give it a 10 just for the month of August, but I know that's not being realistic, so I'll say it was a 9, and it's mainly because of that. My favorite memory of 2022, of course, there again, it was the night of the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Cars race, and I say that because he now is an investor in the Cars Tour, and it's a group of late model cars that are like the old cars from NASCAR. When I say old, I don't mean old, I mean 5 years ago. And it was just a perfect night. It was not too hot. Sorry, my alarm went off. I forgot I had it set. Anyway, it was not too hot. You know, there was a slight chance of rain, but it didn't rain. And, you know, every seat was sold out. There was as many people there for that Wednesday night as there was for a NASCAR race when they ran NASCAR back in the 90s. So it was amazing. That's all I can say. And I mean, there was tears in my eyes when they took the green flag that night. And I know y'all don't want to hear all that because I know everybody has more sentimental things they talk about, but racing to me is a big part of my life. And that's all I'll say about that. Did you change as a person in 2022? No. I first put down, I don't know. I do think I'm more giving as a person. You know, I'm more into weather now than I was. I've always been into weather, but now I'm pretty obsessed with weather. And I believe that, I guess this time in my life that I should concentrate on giving back to people who've lost their homes, their belongings, due to no fault of their own from weather. And that's what I've been trying to do more of, is giving in that scenario, and also follow storm chasers, because many people think storm chasers are just out there for the thrill. There are some probably like that. Some of them are out there for science, and some of them are out there to warn people. We don't have a good warning system in the United States. I mean, we have better, but not everybody has a radar. Some people live in radar holes. I live in a radar hole. You know, there's just certain areas of this country that does not have radar coverage, and that's where the storm chasers come in, because they can alert, or spotters, storm spotters. I'm a storm spotter, not a chaser, a spotter. And they can refer it back to the National Weather Service. And if you want information on how to be a storm spotter, you have to take a class with the National Weather Service through your local. Mine, of course, is through Blacksburg, Virginia. And of course the radar says Roanoke. If you look up the radar, I guess the radar is in Roanoke, but it's really all through Blacksburg and in that area of Virginia where Virginia Tech is. Okay, let's see. Name 1 or 2 products that blew you away. Okay, as far as facial products, I don't think I had anything to blow me away. You know, that to me that is extreme, to have a skin care product to blow you away, because, you know, they really got to perform. I mean, they'd have to probably take every bit of wrinkles I had away, and I don't expect any product to do that. Of course, I love my Peaches cleansers. I won't ever be without them as long as I can afford to buy them. You know, as far as serums and moisturizers, I'll switch around on that, but cleanser, those 4 from Peaches, they're amazing. But what I'll choose for products that blew me away is the hair products. The Colleen Rothschild hairline is amazing. Now, I'm not going to say everybody will get the same results from them that I did, but I look at my hair now and it looks so much better than what it did 2 years from now. As far as the smoothness, the weight, the style lasts so much longer now and doesn't look oily, and my hair just feels the healthiest it has in a long time. Also, I go to a professional hair colorist, and I do think that makes a difference. I'm not saying you can't color at home, because I'm not going to say that, you know, if we went through another lockdown, which I hope and pray we never do, but, you know, I would do it at home again. But I know now, without a doubt in my mind, you cannot get the same results from color at the drugstore or mass market store that you can get from a professional. I know that. And, you know, somebody can argue with me all they want to all day, but I know the results. So, and that's what I look at, is the results. Okay, favorite video of the year. I don't have one. You know, I rarely watch my videos back, because if I do, I'd take them all down. And I went through that spell here a few months ago, I guess a couple months ago, that I deleted a lot of videos, or I made them private. And of course that takes away your time watched on YouTube. So I lost, you know, about 1,000 hours because I went and made them private. But I was embarrassed by them. Can't help it. What creator or YouTuber inspired you the most? And I don't know that I've got all the questions in here. I think I might have skipped some. I don't know. But it was just things that, I don't know, I didn't have an answer for. Well, when it comes to creator, you know that I don't watch as many beauty channels as I once did. I'm more into live videos. I want to see people when they're real. I don't want to see an act. I don't want to see an edited version of someone. And the best way to do that is to watch them live, because you see how they react. And, you know, I know that they could stop it at any time or whatever, but I just think you see, I don't know, I just prefer live videos now. So what I'm going to talk about is people that are live, and I know I've brought this up before, but there's just some that I think stand out. Terry Barefoot Vlogger, blogger, whatever you want to call him. He is very inspiring. He has done excellent coverage of Hurricane Ian on his channel. Of course, most of these he didn't do live, because there's not much cell service, so you can't do that much live while you're investigating or you're covering a hurricane hit area. So most of those are taped, but I still have, and I'm not saying I watch every Hurricane Ian video out there, but I've seen nobody cover it the way he did. And he also finds funny, interesting people to talk to along the way when he's live, and I enjoy that. He's walking now from, I think, where he lives in Boca Raton down to Key West. And I mean, he's doing it in stages. He's not, you know, just keeping going, but he's doing it in stages. So it's really interesting. And then I put down here James, Carla, and Hudson. Of course, James and Carla is a couple from New York who also has a home in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, and they have a dog named Hudson. Big dog. I can't remember exactly what breed it is, but Hudson, of course, is the star, and he can't help but be the star. And I just enjoy watching them as they walk around with Hudson. And, you know, these people are people, like I say, they're in their real lives, but they're all leaning toward being more positive and looking for the good in everyone. Of course, James and Carla and Hudson just went through Savannah, so if you want to see a good Savannah vlog, I would suggest watching the live version. Don't watch. You can watch the one they edited down, of course, but try to, and you can watch it in stages. You don't have to watch it all at one time because it was long, but when they were live, because the excitement in Carla's, you know, I can't explain it. It was just fun. And of course, if you look at the chat, you're going to see me in there quite a bit. Of course, Action Kid, Ken, he's the one that kind of turned me on to all these people. Been watching him for several years now. He walks around in New York and Miami and wherever he decides to go. He went to Canada this past year. So he has introduced me to a lot of people that I follow that are live, because he, to me, is the kind of the head of that walking live community. What else did I put down here? Oh, about Ken's dry sense of humor. He has a dry sense of humor, which, you know, I do too. And not many people get it, it seems like, on the internet. All right. I wrote down about Doug and nothing. Sorry, that stupid alarm went off again. Okay. Doug in North Point. He's on late at night. He rides around. I guess you could say he's not ambulance chaser, but he likes to see. It's like he's live. I guess like Live PD was, but he's not a police officer. He's just out. He's got a scanner and he's just looking out. And he's funny. I find him funny. Now, I don't watch him late at night. I usually record it. I'm not record it, but I can go back and watch it on YouTube. So I like him. Okay, Tom of Walks on Wall Streets, and I'm going to stop. This is the last one we'll do. He walks around New York or Miami, talks about the stock market. Now, he's been gone now for a week. I think he had a cold and he lost his voice, so he's not been on, and I've missed him. He has the most soothing voice, and yes, he can make me go to sleep because his voice is so soothing. I don't know what he looks like. Well, I kind of know what he looks like because I saw him from a distance on Action Kids video one day when they ran into each other. But I don't know exactly. I guess in my mind, he's good looking. All right. And of course, I have to bring up the weather channels. And you know, I'm always trying to support other creators. YouTube is my television, and I want to support other creators. They don't have to support me, but I want to support them. The weather channels I follow are Reed Timmer, of course, Chris FL Tornado from Florida, and Vince Welty. There's also a few others, but these are the three main ones that I'm flipping, or I'll have 3 devices out there watching if they're really chasing. Of course, if you want someone that tells the weather, Ryan Hall he does nationwide, and as does Max Velocity. They both do live. Now, Max started out mostly doing Texas, but now he does nationwide weather on the internet, and I think you get a better forecast, in my opinion, than you do from national, on the national TV, because they're answering to a corporation. Now, when I talk about weather, I'm not just talking about my weather. I'm talking about nationwide, actually worldwide. I'm constantly following weather. The people that I follow, that I'm close with here on YouTube or anywhere, Instagram, wherever, I'm always looking at their weather because I want to warn them if I know something's going on. Just like I know right now that I think my friend Marsha is getting some snow, or will be getting some snow. Okay, what is the funniest comment you received this year on YouTube? You know, I don't get that many bad comments, I have to say, knock on wood. You know, a few every now and then, but nothing like I see other people get. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I would rather stick to what special comments I received that really meant a lot to me. And, you know, I did have one. Well, I say I have two. Okay, I have one I didn't understand. I sent it to Sylvia, my friend Sylvia, and she didn't understand it either. So I don't know what they were trying to say. Then I had one on Instagram when I always mentioned that I've never had any, you know, injections or anything like that. And I just say it. I don't, but I've tried to get away from it because somebody was offended that I would say that, and because, like, I was talking bad about people who have. I don't care what you get done. I only know me. And at this point in my life, I haven't done that. The only thing I want is I want my lips to have a little, like, shelf where my lipstick don't run. So I would get lip injections if I felt I would get the result, but I'm too scared. I'm chicken. I mean, I don't know. I don't want my face to be that different. And I'm never going to go, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I will never go under for my face unless it is just totally distorted somehow from an accident or something. But as far as vanity, facelift, no. No, I've seen too many failures, and I don't want to be put under for that. I mean, to me, the only time you should ever, for me, the only time I would ever go under anesthesia completely would be an emergency. Okay, now, we get back to the comment. Okay, I have to admit that I am a fangirl or groupie for Reed Timmer, the Storm Chaser. He has had his own show on, he had one on the Disney Channel, and he had one on Discovery. I love his excitement. And, you know, what attracted me today was his excitement of things. I love men that get excited about things. Maybe that's because I don't show that much excitement, so I like it that they bring it out. Although Dave will tell you I was entirely different that week of North Wilkesboro Speedway. But anyway, and I get a little different when I'm doing weather as far as excitement. I used to get a little excited about music, but not anymore. I mean, rock star, stuff like that, but not really anymore. I think that that's just gone away. You know, as much as I loved Madonna, I would never go see her now. And it's not that, I mean, I know she's different now, but I would never pay that much. That's just me, though. I'm not paying thousands of dollars to see anybody, even Reed Timmer. But I know that hopefully I would never have to. But anyway, he left me a nice comment at the end of the year. You know, he gets, you know, thousands of messages every day, all over Twitter. You know, he's on every social media platform out there. I know he does not have time to go through every one. But he left me one. It was around the end of the year. And I don't know, it gave me butterflies. And it's not that I mean, he's 20 years younger than me. It's not that, but it's just that the fact that he noticed me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Dave's a little bit jealous of him, and I kind of think it's cute. Anyway. What is your proudest accomplishment of 2022? I'm still here. I did think about quitting YouTube because you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. But I did think about quitting. I think it's always in the back of our mind. Anybody that does YouTube on a regular basis, they're always wondering, should we just stop? So, you know, you get over it, you go on. I've not given up here. You know, and I said before that if I might give up on this channel and start a new one, and I do have that weather one out there that I just have. In case I ever want to go chasing, I'll probably do more there. But the thing about it is that I can't go live on that channel because you got to have 1,000 subs. And I don't have 1,000 subs there. So I have to go live here. So it's just, you know, crazy. Anyway, what is one word to describe yourself in 2022? For the most part, I was happy. You know, there was times I was sad, as always. You go through depressing times for whatever reason. You know, I suffer from depression, but all in all, I can say 2022 was a happy year for me. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I appreciate Susan for allowing other creators to do this tag. And I hope y'all have a great day and talk to y'all later. Please share this video if you want to, and leave me a comment, and of course hit the thumbs up, because that helps more than anything if you're still here. Talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.